Hello. Hello. I'm here.
Hello, greetings. Well met. Well met, everyone. I hope you're all having a great day. Hello, Quindley. Hello, Nick. Those are the only people I see in chat right now because I had to refresh the stream myself to be able to see the freaking chat. Hello, Joe. Hello, Gary. Hello, everybody. And welcome to another painting stream. Today I worked on this dude on my own stream. We got him finished for the glory of Alpac. Well, not really finished, but kind of finished. Hello, Oscar. I missed your face too, Quinlina. You should show up in my part of the world a bit more. But yeah, we got this guy finished. I also, for those of you interested in secret ancient Italian knowledge, I have just uploaded the guides on these dudes, both of them. So I paint 2 minis every month, one in a very high display quality and the other one in a simpler tabletop quality. And these dudes are on our Patreon, so they have just been uploaded. Yeah, I was working on uploading the new stuff on Patreon. That's why. So yeah, we've been working on a bunch of Space Marines. We got these two going on. Sorry, these two going on that I've painted. Hello, Maria. But we are gonna be painting this lady today, which we started working on the other night together. So let's get to it. Yeah, spam day, man. I wish Patreon didn't do that, but all right. So just slapping a piece of paper on the palette, and we can get to work on this lady. Hello, Cara. Have you been liking it? Have you been liking the video? I don't know if I'm in camera or not. Hopefully I am. Okay, I am. Okay, so we've been working on this lady here. We might as well flesh out the OSL a bit more. Nice, glad you liked it. Hello, Regular. Just adding a bunch of colors on the palette. What model is she? She is from the Kickstarter. Bone 5, I think. I don't think they have released her yet as a finished mini. But yeah, let's flesh out the OSL-ish kind of colors going on here. Because why not? Yeah, we have a bit of that to work on. So just gonna be making my green a bit more toxic kind of green. And work it out from there, just pushing the light. So if I can imagine a light coming from the side, maybe underneath her, we can have a bit more light going on. I like the idea of giving her like a night scene kind of effect, but I also like the idea of keeping the shadows interesting, because otherwise, if you paint something in night, what you're doing with is basically creating a situation in which you only have very weak lighting going on. And that can make the model a little bit boring, because it will look great in a 2D artwork, but on a miniature, it has that tendency of looking like half of the mini isn't really painted. And that can be a problem, right? So by doing this fill light, which is basically an OSL, but it's like just there to fill negative space. Oh, you did, so it is for sale. Nice, okay. So by filling the shadows with this color, I can get myself a bit more of a 360 look on the mini. And that can be pretty cool. All of my painting uses ambient lighting one way or another. For example, this guy that I finished is a good example because he's illuminated by sunlight from the front, but behind him, what's actually lighting him is the sky. So all the colors become more muted, bluish, and like everything dies down. I really like playing around with colors like this. Not because just simple realism, but also because it makes the painting more fun for me. Because that way I have to think a bit more about the colors. Yeah, but like in her case, she just wants to match the artwork. So I understand her worry. My football team lost. Even worse, we lost against the last of the league. Well, I am sorry, my dude. So how is everybody doing? What have you guys been up to? Yeah, I'm trying to use Twitter as well as a method to, you know, gain new viewers, new patrons. It's not really working that well, but, you know, might as well. Still fighting gold. Oh shit, really? What have you been painting, Quindley? Is that a liner brush you use? No, it's just a number one. It's a size 1 brush. But it has fairly long bristles, so might kind of look like a liner. Although liner brushes are very, very long. I hope you will like it. I think it's a very simple way of getting black, like very step by step. It's Green Stuff World. Yes, we did. It has grown follower-wise. That is true. I got in my He-Man board game Kickstarter pledge and decided, ah man, yes, you need to paint those minis. They're cool. That's really good. Yeah. I'm glad, Dan. Like, those are nice minis. Yeah. I'm glad that was the thing that tips you back into coming to paint. Tomorrow starts my vacation. Me and Jennifer are gonna go see the countryside of Spain. I will be back Sunday. I don't know if I'll be able to be live on my own stream Sunday. Hopefully yes, but at the same time, I don't mind if we stay longer there. So we'll see how it goes. But over the last week, I tried to stream as long as I could to kind of make up for the missed time. King Broad. Ah, that's a nice model though. I like that guy, Riot. There's still Rubloff around for 3 euros inside. You should buy them now. Asturias. I'm working on Cole, the little owl guy from Shira, because he's more than cute. I'll send you yes. Send me all of the terrible pics. I mean, the thing about the stress is a very common thing painters feel. That's why we have so many limited palettes in the... Like, Zorn palette is just one of them, but figuring out what colors to use is a very difficult thing, because even when you know a lot about color theory, that doesn't mean you can nail it every time you paint. So having limited palette helps. So of course, using a palette that somebody else used and just copying it, that works out as well. Or just simply like forcing yourself to use very little colors in your work. For example, this lady, I said it a few times already, but like this lady, like the woman herself, as well as the base behind her, is done with 2 colors. Like the whole thing is 2 colors. And that really helps the model like come together without being overwhelming. I've been studying your skin-related pattern videos. I want to paint him non-Caucasian, a creature who's bared the elements for hundreds of years, forever in the sun and rain. Would not be Caucasian. Well, it depends. Like, I don't know. It's not like old white people become less white with age. They stay white. If your skin color is white, it's just gonna stay white. But at the same time, if you want to paint him non-Caucasian, go for it. I have a few guides there. Hello, bro. How you doing, dude? Yeah, that's something I keep freaking out about, is that I have too many paints and I just get paralyzed looking at them all. I have been trying to get that sorted on my own end as well, because I also feel like that. It's like you have too much choice, right? And when you have too much choice, then things get really difficult to manage. What I've been doing now is working on focusing on working with mostly primary colors and creating my own tertiaries through mixing, simply. I find that to be working out for me quite a bit. Here I'm just basically dropping water in the model to get it to wet on wet itself. I don't particularly want to sit here and blend the escape for the next 2 hours. So what I'm doing is just simple but effective web blending. Web blending is a technique that I really like using, especially when doing like simpler painting or sketching bigger areas, just getting the color to do the blending themselves. Right now I'm using some random paints. I actually don't know which one I'm using. But like, trust me when I say, and I say this like with the absolute honesty that I am known for. You don't need to buy any brand of paints that isn't Reaper or Vallejo. Both would be good, I believe. A bit of both. Like, Anne clearly knows what she's talking about when it comes to color composition. She knows way more than I do about color composition at a chemical level. I do not work in making paints, of course. But what I can tell you is that Reaper paints have a matte finish and they thin very nicely, but they still have good coverage, and the same happens to Vallejo, and they have a satin finish. So for example, I would suggest people to be using Vallejo paints to paint skin tones and the highlights on a non-metallic, because of the satinness of the paint kind of helping with the illusion a little bit more, and using Reaper for everything else. And like, I swear, you do not need any other brand. I'm using random brands because I have them on my desk, but anything I do with one color, I can do with another. I'm not fantastic at mixing, but I can. But instead I just sit there staring at the paints, trying to find the perfect shade and not paint. Yeah, that's terrible. No, don't do that. Don't, just mix it. Just mix it. Like, you can... Hello, metal! Just mix the colors. Like, I know it's a bit scary and all of that, but you can see that I am mixing right now, right? Like this dark green that I have here on my finger now. It's not like a green that I got from a pot. It's just my original saturated green with a bit of dark purple in it. Now, of course, having pre-mixed paints is very good when working on armies or a bunch of tabletop minis, and you want to keep the thinking to a minimum in a way. So you have your little recipe and you go for that, and that works out fantastically. But if you're trying to express yourself, you're gonna have to mix, even if you own all of the paints in the world. Simply because mixing is a required step to maintain coherency with colors. What I mean by that is, if I have like two colors and I mix them together to create in between colors, I get a more harmonious color mixture than I would get if I picked all the in-between colors from a bunch of different brands. Because what happens is that every color has its own different pigment. And what happens when you mix so many different pigments with one another, they tend to clash. Even if the colors are correct in the mixture and you pick the right mixture, the simple difference between pigments will eventually start showing itself. So I think a good idea is to use a very limited amount of pigments. Like, it's not really about the colors, it's about the pigments. Like, you wanna use as little pigments as you can, which would mean color, so that you can mix between them and create your own little things. GW is a system, no brain needed. Yes, as well as the Reaper Core series with the triads. That's fine. Like, I'm not really bashing it in any way. Like, I think it works. It's a very useful thing. Not everybody paints for the sake of expressing their soul. You know what I mean? Like, some people paint just because they need puppets on the desk to play a game of D&D or whatever army game they're playing, and that's absolutely fine. I'm not judging it. But like, if you find yourself being overwhelmed by the amount of colors you have, and like constantly undecisive about what to pick to paint, I do suggest mixing the colors a bit more. What kind of brushes do you recommend for a novice? Somebody that is really new, synthetic brushes. Like if you're barely begun painting, synthetic brushes, because you just don't have the understanding needed to care and use a Kolinsky brush properly. So Kolinsky are more expensive than synthetics by a long shot. Like you can buy 10 synthetic brushes for $1. A Kolinsky brush, a decent Kolinsky brush will cost at least $7. So you're gonna be able to save a lot of money at the beginning of your painting, so you can invest it in paints. And then by the time you have a good collection of paint, you will also have understood how to use a brush a bit better. And you will find yourself like kind of feeling like your brushes aren't helping you anymore. And when you feel like that, you switch to Kolinsky. Could you imagine the massive desk setup? You'd need to have all the paints be near enough to... Man, that would be impossible. I used to mix a lot at the end of the paint job. Grabbing the new bottle was unbearable, so I mixed whatever he held. Yes, that's a good way to do it. Laziness can be very good for the artist. Yes. My stupid brain treats paints like Pokemon. No, they don't think. Paints they don't have feelings. Paints don't have feelings. They're paints. Ignore them. You don't have to use them all. You don't know that. I mean, that is true. I don't know that. Maybe they do have feelings. Maybe one day you will, but maybe it doesn't have to be today. And definitely it doesn't have to be all paints you own today on a mini. So give them their own spotlight. It's like imagine a movie that has like as a cast all the best actors in the world, all pitted into one another. Like even with the best actors in the world, you don't really want all of them at the same time on stage. Like, that's why you have a lead, and that's why you have supporting roles in a movie or theater play. Because, like, not everybody is equal in the world of art, whatever that is. That's why you have a guitarist and you have the drummer, and nobody cares about the drummer. Like, that's how it is, right? The same works with paint. Like you are composing a symphony when you paint, and you want a lead actor, which is going to be your main color, and then a couple of supporting actors. And you can play as many movies as you want. So you can use all of the paints you want, but to do that, you just gotta have to paint a lot of minis. Hello, I'm paid. Send money. Hello, Alar. There are definitely times where I see a paint and I build a paint job around it just because I'm like, oh yes, I want to use this paint. It happens all the time. The entire paint job of this lady was born out of me wanting to try paints that I have on her. So it's not like you don't do that, but I'm also not using all of the paints that I own on her at the same time. If every movie were shirtless Henry Cavill and Batman Returns Catwoman era Michelle Pfeiffer, I would be perfectly happy. Me too, but it would get boring after a while. And that's something for example, that I disagree with the world of art, in a sense that artists have recognizable palettes. Every famous artist has their palette of color that they would use all the time. Zorn, again, is an example of that. But I find that to be a bit boring. I would rather switch things up as much as I can. Does it have to be from me, or can it be from somebody else? There you go. Why is my BBD not focusing? Okay. A music artist, they're known for one thing, one style, and sometimes people want something new, and sometimes people want the classic out of them. Yeah. That is one of the tragedies of being an artist, especially when you are successful, I guess. Successful artists are begged to be self-referential, which is definitely not something an artist wants to do. Most of the other miniature painter I watch swear that using those special miniature brushes are best. Watching it right now makes me unsure if they're right. What miniature brushes? I use Kolinsky. Ah, you mean size? Yeah, I don't care. I can paint with a stick with pubes on it. I don't give a shit. You get used to it. The better you get, the less the tools matter. Challenge accepted? No, I'm not gonna be using pubes. Well, the more you get comfortable with something, the least it matters its quality, you know? So as long as my brush is holding a tip, I don't have that much worry about any of things, really. Hey, I still have... in my case, they're still black, dude. I'm young. I don't have much gray hair yet. How long do my brushes do? A couple of months each, more or less. Hello, Nico. I've started using a size 6 nearly everything before sizing down to a 3 or smaller for final touches. Size 6 is big, man. I struggle with a true metal coat, like Cars paint. Metallics are always sparkly, no shine. Any advice? What metallics are you using? So, like, what brand? Anime paint. Well, this is not my stream. I was about to say something, but I cannot say anything, unfortunately. My advice is to try different brands and experiment with different brands of paints. You will have a good time. Just saying, I can. Oh, okay, Army Painter paints are very cheap paints, which are not designed with the intent of being good quality. They are designed to be with the intent of being cheap and available to anybody just trying to get some paint on a puppet. So, like, if you are looking for quality in your paints, I would suggest not that brand, because even though the price is alluring, the amount of frustration that will come by using them is not worth it. But in that specific case, like, since I can't have you go buy new paints right now, try shaking them like they owe you money. Like, imagine being Italian, and I make this joke because I'm Italian, so I'm allowed to. Imagine being Italian and, like, Peppino from the bakery hasn't paid the protection money yet, and it's been 2 weeks. And just, like, do it to that paint, because you gotta shake them up. Again, I repeat, I can make this joke because I'm Italian. But yeah, buy cheap, buy twice. That's very true. Like, put the pot on the collar of your dog and go for a jog. Come back in an hour and maybe the paint will work. Reaper are really good. Reaper are really, really good paints. I wonder how long before we have like chatbot, the new chatbot AI being usable as a moderator on Twitch. How cool would that be? Like having a bot that when somebody asks a question in chat, if the bot knows the answer, like that would be cool. Although would kind of get interaction off. Yeah, like ChatJP, yeah. Well, highlighting blue is like any other color. You add white if you are okay with the color cooling down as it becomes brighter. You add a bit of yellow to the white if you want the color to become warmer. No, if you add too much yellow, you turn it into a green, so it still needs to read as a blue. That said, you have a lot of room in the family of blues to sneak in lots of colors. Enjoy your dinner, Tara. That is tragic, Quinley. What the BPD is going on here? Oh my god. We have we're John Ninnis. Oh my god, can I have an autograph on my bum? How you doing, dude? It's our good old weekly Reaper stream. I stream for the fine people of Reaper every week. Painting little nice Reaper minis. Do you have any experience with dropping paints? No. I am not an airbrush painter, unfortunately. So I don't... I think John actually tried them. I think John tried them, but I haven't. So I can't really help you with those. But I think they're good. People seem to be liking them. Okay. So I want to push the light a little bit more on the thing. Yeah. They are solid, but any paint is an airbrush paint. So yeah, exactly. Like from what I understand, The paints are not bad and they do what they are advertised for, but if you just get any paint you need and you just thin it, you get the same exact result. So basically what I feel like it's happening with those paints is you're paying premium money for less paint, because what you get is simply more thinner in the pot and less pigment. So you're kind of paying more than you need to because you can just buy a thicker paint and just thin it. Pretty impressed how I was able to match the hue and value of a color that I mixed 3 weeks ago. Just about now. Join my Patreon to know how to mix any color just looking at it. So those paints are premium Pokemon is what I'm hearing. Yes, you should buy them, even if you don't use an airbrush. Which video is it? How to mix paints. My biggest mistake was to buy a lot of Vallejo Air. They're great in the airbrush and terrible with a brush. Yeah, I don't like them with a brush either. Metallics, any recommendation? I like Reaper Metallics, although they are not my favorites. Again, honesty is my name of the game, so even though I'm currently working for Reaper, I do mention the shortcomings of the brand, not because I don't care about the brand, I love the brand. But I also believe that if I am honest in saying what doesn't work with the brand, people will believe me more when I am honest when I say what does work with it. And like, Reaper paints are incredible, except the metallics. I am not too much of a fan of the metallic paints. I do suggest scale 75 for the metallics. Your wallet, Zaka. That's what people use to catch the paints. That's the Pokeball. Just throw the wallet. No, it's like you understand me, Quinn. Like it's very difficult to be in a position where you are basically saying that something slightly negative about people feeding you. But like I think it's important to stay realistic and honest at any point, at any cost. Because even though I am saying that the metallics aren't as good as I would like, if people believe me on the negative, they will also believe me on the positives. And I truly do believe that you can get masterful paint jobs done with just Reaper paints. And I know this because Kirill Kanev, which is the best painter in the world, uses, I don't know if he does anymore, but like for the longest time he painted using only Reaper paints. And the guy is the best painter in the world, and he does some shit that you will not even imagine. So like, Yeah, I mean, some people are like that. I never was. Which has bit me in the ass quite a lot, let me tell you that. Because like I've had brands working with me in like getting some of their new products shown on my channels, and like when I simply honestly say that I don't like the product, those brands never come back to work with me again. But you know. See, like for example, if I have to use Chimera paints or the So Flat paint, I will pick the So Flats. Oh, light. Yeah, nobody likes being light. Chimera purple is nice, yes. Yeah, I could paint whatever I want here. I mean, if I was Gigabrain, I could just continue working on my commissions. Just pick a space marine and just go for it. Just work on this guy a bit more, you know? He could use a couple more hours of work, actually. That would be... whatever. So I need like a magenta kind of color. I like doing Reaper. Yeah, that's why I do them. I like doing Reaper minis as well because they are simple, self-contained paint jobs that I don't do to the maximum of my abilities. It's not like I spend a week on these minis, but like it's good because people can just follow along, like you said, and that's pretty cool, I think. So when I started working for it, that's funny because like when I started working on Reaper Minis, the quality was reflecting the price. So like the miniatures were of a quality that justified the $3 you paid the mini. You know what I mean? But like things changed very rapidly, and now the minis are aesthetically and sculpting wise way more worth the $3 you pay them. Like if I actually had a decent eBay account, like if I had an eBay account with good feedbacks on it, I would probably make a better living just by painting Reaper minis and selling them on eBay. Because like you buy them for $3, you paint them for a couple of hours, you sell them for 50, 70. Bam. Free money, man. Like it's because the minis are small, but they're simple, they're self-contained, like they're fun to paint. Like there's a lot to be said about these minis. I like them a lot. Metal minis, like I mean I know lots of people have different opinions, but like metal minis, and I have no other way of saying it except the following, which is metal minis are shit. And I'm very glad that era is over. The Flower Maiden. You know, I don't think I ever. Fuck, I don't know if I ever. It's not on my desk here, so I think I chucked it in a box and sent it to somebody random when I was packing for commissions. Did you get my minis, by the way, Neuro? The dwarf I did. This one? It's a shame you say it now, because like I would have put it in the box with your mini. I thought. Like, I would have just throw it in the box. Again, like what I do here, like these Reaper minis that I paint, I gift them to people that give me commissions. So whenever I complete a commission and I ship it out, if I have a Reaper mini that I painted in the meantime on the desk, I'll just put it in the box. How do you glue metal minis to plastic bases? You pin them. Are you allowed to? Yeah, why not? Like, I can basically do whatever I want on this stream, except, you know, things that would get me banned on my own stream. So, like, be offensive to the limit, to the community, like, you know, stuff like that. But Reaper is super chill in this regard. Like, they don't care much. Like, especially in my case, because I was already established as a streamer when we started working together, so they know I know what I'm doing. I don't have it in my bank to do it, but how much would it be a Mega Gargant? What is a Mega Gargant? The giant guy? I don't know, I think like 800 euros, give or take. That's it? Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he said Mega Gargant, but I don't think he meant Mega Gargant, because yeah, the Mega Gargant is the giant. God damn it, Asgard. Or maybe no, I don't freaking know. But yeah, the giant guy would be around 800 bucks. Just quickly, let's do something professional for a second. Okay. Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, I mean, I guess he is very old. Yeah, but like, isn't the name of the Orc Titan from 40k also Mega Gargant? Because I'm pretty sure it is. No, Gorka Morka, that's the game. It's not the name of the Titan. Yes, right. But I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that the Orc version of a Titan, so you know Imperial Knight, the Orc version of an Imperial Knight, I remember it being named a Mega Gargant. But whatever, I'm wrong, I guess. Okay, give me a minute. I'm gonna take a quick break from the face cam. Okay. Just gonna quickly hide my despicable appearance as I turn into a werewolf. But if you, my beloved viewer, have any question about miniature painting or anything you would like me to tell you about, feel free to ask, because I am here for you. I am at your service. I am your slave. Well, I guess me and Archon were under the Mandela effect. Because I was sure it was called Mega Gargant. But it doesn't matter, it's a stupid name anyway. Whatever it is for. But yes, ultimately it would be the 800 bucks for to paint a giant guy. Are you saying I should rename my BBD into Mega Gargant? Can you see the smoke? I just like I hid the face cam to hook up my smoke machine to make the painting more theatrical. Look. See, like she's looking like she's in the ooh, spooky ranger. So theatrical, yes. Yeah, I should get a pet goldfish and call it redundant repetition. By the way, quick side question. How does the camera look to you guys right now? Are you like, is the model very nicely visible and beautiful? Can you see the colors and the things I did? Because I changed the light. So I would like to know if you can see the quality well. You should be able to, but you should be able to see the pixels. I got my second BenQ light from Italy, delivered today. So now I have basically two BenQ lights parallel to one another with my camera in the middle. That way I know for a fact that the temperature of the light, as well as the CRI of the light, as well as the wattage of the light and the lumens of the light is the same. So I have finally created the perfect light box. Well, if you do manage to be a rich streamer, Eldar, tell me how, because I am not a rich streamer. Hello, Joe! Is it easier to paint the inside of a cloak cape before you put the model together, or just build it and paint it in one piece? Well, I do. Like, for example, this guy. The cape is was part of the mini. I painted what I could and left black what I couldn't. Like, very much underneath, behind all of this, the cape isn't painted. But it's so deep behind the mini that I don't care. Nobody's gonna see it. Yeah, it's one of those materials that doesn't reflect light. Yeah. No, I wouldn't paint inside. If the judges of a competition pick up my mini and shine a freaking flashlight between the legs to see if I painted behind the butt, that means that I wasn't gonna win that competition anyway, because the judges really dislike me and want to find a fault in the paint. And they will find it if they look for it, even if it's not in the cape. Because no judge does that. Like, a judge that does that is an absolute despicable being. And I have been a judge, so you can trust me. Like, when you are a judge, you walk around, you pick up the mini, you look at it, you do this a few times, you do it quickly. I mean, that's what I do it. I do it quickly to look for errors in value, because I don't care about color, not at the first stage. So I look at the mini and I switch it, move it around a lot like this, while squinting my eyes. If I can see at least 3 values, then I will open my eyes and start looking at the color and technique. If I don't, I just put the mini back. It's not gonna win anything anyway. That's how I judged the competition I went to. Yeah, she's getting pushed really hard by Twitch because she's a moneymaker for them. So everybody gets her in as suggested, even if you don't watch that kind of content. Man, this is a nice model, man. I want more models like this. Quindley, tell Justin to send me more minis from the new Bone city. No dwarf, please. Like, he sent me an entire freaking kingdom of dwarves. He was like, oh, dude, I'm gonna hook you up with new minis to paint for the stream. And I was like, nice, thank you, Justin. You are the best man on this planet. And then I got the box, I opened it, and it was like 50 dwarves. I'm like, okay, I can paint one, but like, they are not Norkers, my dude. I'm not gonna paint all of them. They're dwarves. Like, I painted one, I'm done. Please, go. Tell him to send me anything that they have in the new Bone material that isn't a dwarf. I will paint it happily. Happily. Just no dwarves, please. I have 7. Like, not even joking. Like, greetings, I am back. Turned off the fog machine. Like, the face on this model is so good. Like, with a few changes, this mini could easily be a 75mm mini. No problems. His music is atrocious. Una croquetina. All'amore. Qué guapa que eres. ¿Qué tal van tus vacaciones? Fruta. Qué guapa que eres, madre mía.
Cuando toco la puerta.
An AI with Pentium. That's that. I need to find another playlist because this one will gonna drive me. Like I'm gonna go through a wall if I keep listening to this. Okay. I'm not sure what else I could do here to improve the paint. I think I need to go darker, really, because, like, I have this instinct of pushing the light here, but I don't think this is correct because I'm working on a dark environment. So what I need to do is just insist on the shadows. Like, I'm painting in a low-key light. So that means that the lights are not that light, but the shadows are very dark. Have you thought about doing I have a bunch of True Metallic tutorials on the Patreon though. Like, older ones. But I do. Thing is, the problem with True Metallic is that it looks terrible on camera, so like... Like, to make True Metallic look good on camera, you need to spend a lot of time on it. And at that point, I might as well paint a non-metallic. You know what I mean? So that's one of the problems of painting on camera. Because True Metallic looks great, but only in real life. Like, I have nothing against True Metallics, even though I paint non-metallic all the time. It's not because I hate True Metallic, it's just that non-metallic shows so much better on camera. No, also, like, I would avoid I would avoid non-metallic on a Grey Knight, because those models really aren't made to be painted in non-metallic. They look dreadful when you paint them in non-metallic. But like, for example, the guide that I just uploaded on this dude, he does have a true metallic arm, which I have shown how I painted it, and it's silver. So if you're doing Grey Knight, you just can follow along on that if you want. Can give you some ideas. And it's so nice for me to see people getting the minis and following along on my Patreon videos. That is such a cool thing. I am so freaking glad. As always though, I am cursed because the minis that I paint for Patreon never do well on my socials for some reason. So they never get exposure. Like, I paint a freaking Blood Angel, take a picture of it randomly mid-stream, get 4,000 likes. I show a model that I finished for Patreon, I get 50. Like, just like freaking life. But whatever. Hopefully more people will join. You like it? I need to do more paint jobs in cold light, in cold low light. If I truly want to master shadows. Actually, warm low light would be even better. Something wrong here. See, like, that's what I do. Like, I twist the model around, and like the impact of changing view tells me something is wrong. Here, I have definitely something wrong. Because like, as you turn the model, your eyes kind of forget for a second you painted it, so they look at it as if it's something new. And you get your eyes to scan the thing again as if it was a new thing you never saw before. And that's method of fooling yourself really picks up the mistakes in it. So like I was turning it and my eyes were like, something is wrong here, it's too dark. And I think that's making sense. Yeah, I think more or less it's making sense now. Okay. Okay, I think we're good here. I did my job. No, that shoulder still has something wrong with it. Light is coming... okay. That stuff doesn't get any OSL, I think. I mean, it could get an OSL, but it's also like the form is both between the light of the sky and the light of the OSL. So I can kind of pick, but the OSL I don't like that. Con l'amore. Ah, e dove l'hai portato? Ah. Can I get a random brown in here? Like a very random brown? It is too warm. Okay, my dudes. I think we're done with this lady. She was fun. She was a fun puppet. Again, the model is for sale, so you can buy it and follow along if you want. The guides will the videos will be on YouTube, so you can watch me repaint this as many times as you would like. And since it's just like 4 hours of painting to watch through, I think it can be cool to just try to figure out how I did it. And you can watch the videos like it's 2 times speed. Kind of copy, post them when you need. I think that would be cool. All right. So, my friends, it has been a pleasure being with you, and thank you for joining me. My vacations officially start now, and I'll be back. Yeah, they do. I mean, the models get better, and my painting also. So, like, it's really nice. It's really nice. I'll be back live for Reaper next Wednesday, and on my own stream Sunday, Monday at Wars. So I'll be seeing you, man. Trust me, on my own stream, you wanna come. You wanna come when I go back live, because the model I'm gonna be painting is worth it. So yes, I'll be seeing you all later, and have a fantastic rest of your day, okay? Love you guys. Bye-bye. Thank you for hanging out.